There's nothing wrong with the voice actors who played these characters in the video games, and those voice actors look like the characters. I'm not saying that a voice actor can be a main screen actor, but still, though, can we get people that look like the characters? Can we not make them a child, please? Because the fact is, Uncharted is an adult-ish game. It's not necessarily for children, to put that in the right context there. Besides the abundance of directors that this game's gone through, the game movie adaptation has gone through even more writers. Now, I'm a fan of writing, and I think the storytelling in Uncharted is obviously top-notch. Elena Fisher is who Nathan Drake ends up marrying. When you have a story, like, it's almost like book adaptations. Some book adaptations follow the book word for word. Some adaptations don't. But those adaptations that don't, they often end up not being exactly the best movie takes. I'm not sure why this video game stuff is so hard for some of these directors. Who I think I should be directing the movie? I have two options for you. One is Jon Favreau. Why Jon Favreau? Because he understands how to set up a series, a franchise. I'm pulling on his first Iron Man. While it may not be the best Iron Man, it set the tone for what would eventually become the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That kind of vision is what's needed in Uncharted. Again, there are no crossover events here. So even if we can contain Iron Man to just its trilogy, it's a great trilogy. It's a good trilogy. And that's what Sony Productions needs off the jump. They just need a good foot forward, a good show of faith. And if Naughty Dog has anything to do with this, I believe they won't put out trash. However, we just went over the fact that the director just dropped out, and the movie release date is, according to IMDb, December 18, 2020. You're telling me you're gonna spend a year and 3 months on Uncharted movie? Are you serious? With no leading ladies, and you have young Nathan Drake, no Sully. You have Bryan Cranston there, not released as the villain, but let's just say he's the villain because he's got to have a big role. He's not going to do the movie otherwise. You need to introduce that Nathan Drake has a brother. Spoiler alert, in Uncharted 4. If he's young Drake, he's going to talk about his brother. He have to. So that's got to be another character. And, okay, let's just say you go with those three because Uncharted is frankly a game that doesn't have many characters to start, like main characters that you really need to focus on. You need to focus on Drake and you need to focus on Sully. So you really only need those two if you're cutting out the love interests. Now I'm turning into what I usually turn it into. I went on script for the first part of this, and I've kind of gone off script because my mind's racing in 1,000 places. I can't seem to focus on all this stuff, and I want to give my opinions there. The second director I am actually going to suggest is someone way less known than Jon Favreau. And why? Because I believe someone else should be given a chance for this as well. If you're either going to do, the Jon Favreau A-list directors, or you're going to do someone well less known. And clearly the directors that you went through, the Dan Trachtenbergs and the Russells, they just don't seem to have worked out. So what are we going to do? Well, I say we go with Elia Nuschler. Now, he's known for Hardcore Henry, a very niche movie, first-person action movie. You see where I'm going with this? Uncharted, third-person action game. I think this is someone who could potentially bring something to the table that's new and interesting, not exactly copying Marvel. I'm not saying do it in first person. I'm just simply saying he understands action. I think he could understand video game development and art. If you look at some of his other movies that he's done, I'll post them right here. The guy's talented. So you either have to go all the way to the top for this Uncharted movie or go all the way to the bottom, so to speak, and get a director like that. These little middling directors who do mainly television is a lot of what they are known for. You're just not going to get the results you want. So that's kind of about that Uncharted. That's kind of all of the news. I got more and more depressed as I did this, as you can tell, and I want to keep it fairly short. So, in synopsis, what you need to know about the Uncharted movie: it's coming out December 2020 of next year. It doesn't currently have a director. It's been in development for the better part of 10 years. It has been rewritten and reworked many times by many talented writers. They're doing a prequel. Really, it's kind of based off the Uncharted 3 story. I'll show that little quote here. And the directors think that's the way to go. Besides the fact that you can't go any other direction because you already casted Tom Holland. Once you drop Tom Holland from the film, your backers start to back off because Tom Holland's so hot right now, and your story has to change. And can you pull off Tom Holland as an older Nathan Drake? Hell to the no. Just like the new idea for who got cast as Batman. You can't change that. And it's just kind of sad, man. I don't want to see a prequel. The only great news that you also need to be aware of is that Sony PlayStation Productions is a thing. And we need this movie to do well, because I know the video game players are way higher than the comic book readers. So there's no reason that the movie won't do well in terms of monetary gain. But the movie needs to be good. And the fact that Naughty Dog can be even associated with this, I know in my heart that it's gonna be good. The problem is all the evidence points to something different. So that was Movie Talk for today. I'm GK. Check back for some more content. Shout out to the new subscribers. I gotta set a new sub goal because we reached and blasted past our 10. Let's go. We're gonna shoot for 50 next. I know that's very ambitious, but I think we can do it. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Throw down in the comments, who do you think should be young Nathan Drake, old Nathan Drake? Who do you think should be Sully? Do you like the idea of Chris Pratt? I sure don't. Who do you think should be the director? I know I named two, one very obscure and one, god among boys of directors, but those are the two that I thought could go over decently well. One in terms of name and one in terms of actual crafting a perspective story. And do you think that, well, really that's it. Do you agree with some of my points or don't you? Put it down in the comments. I'm GK. Check back later for some more content. I can't wait to do some more movie talk, and please, Sony Productions, just scrap everything and start again and drop this whole 2020 release date, December, when you don't even have a director yet, you don't have a story, and you don't even have the main characters cast. It's ridiculous.
Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, it's the Grown